Hello, friends. Welcome to this poetry session. In this session, we are going to learn a famous poem written by Robert Burns, A Red, Red Rose. Friends, the poem opens with the speaker comparing his love to a red, red rose and to a melody that is sweetly played in tune. So there is a line that sweetly played in tune. In the second and third stanzas, the speaker describes how deep his love is, and that's deep. And he will love his bony lass. We will see what exactly the meaning of bony lass, as long as he is alive and until the world ends. And at the end, he says and notes that he will return. He makes a promise, even if he has to walk 10,000 miles. So, let us begin. This is what exactly the general theme of this poem, what is there in this poem. Let us see one by one. In today's session, we are going to see first 8 lines of this poem. Look at that. You could see the visual red, red rose. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. These are the opening lines of the poem. The poem opens with one of the most famous similes of all time. Simile means a comparison between two objects. How to get that, whether the lines carrying the simile or what exactly the figure of speech used by the poet. Simile is the figure of speech where you could see with the help of just 2 words. A very simple trick is there, as like, or like. These are the comparative words you could see in the lines. Here in these lines, oh, my love's like, so my love is like. So this particular famous simile is over here. The speaker is saying his love is like a really red rose. That is, how is that rose? That rose is newly sprung in June. In another words, we could say that the speaker's love is like a flower that has just emerged from the ground. And you know, friends, what that means. His love is new, his love is fresh, and his love is young. It's doing just fine. Oh, and didn't we tell you are also experts in Scottish dialects? You all are not well versed with the Scottish dialects. Here you could mark the spelling Luve. It is not Love. Luve is an older spelling of Love. And S is an abbreviation of is. Is. Burns often spells things in a strange ways. Partially because he wrote over 200 years ago, and partly because he was a Scottish, which means he pronounced and spelled the words slightly different. One final things before we keep right on reading. These lines have a bit of a jaunt to them. Don't you think so? In fact, they are written in iambic pentameter. The first line has 8 syllables, which probably means we are dealing with tetrameter, and the second line has 6, which is a sign of trimeter, sure as shooting. And further, oh, my love's like the melody that sweetly played in tune. Look at the picture. Here, poet goes on comparing his love. He is not satisfied with the comparing his love with the roads. Don't worry. The speaker's got another simile. Yeah, the speaker next compare his love to a melody. This is again the older spelling over here. You can mark melodie, and in the modern English melody is the spelling. And how is that melody? That is sweetly played in tune. The speaker's love then is like a song that is sung or played just right. So, right in fact that it's a kind of sweetness. It is listen a sweet melodious song. Okay, let's tally it up now. So far we know that the speaker's love is like an oh so red rose and like an awesome jam. What's next? And here is a question. Is the speaker talking about his love for a girl or a bony lass? Or is he talking about the girl herself? These lines also repeat the metrical pattern we got in the first two lines. A line of tetrameter followed by a line of trimeter. Only now we have added a rhyme scheme too. June and tune rhymes, which means that our rhyme schemes goes a little something like A B C B. Okay, so for today's session we had already seen the first four lines. I'll repeat few things so far as these four lines are concerned. First two lines are very famous similes, the world famous similes you could see in the first two lines. My love is like a red, red rose. And in the next two lines, poet goes on comparing his love with the music or melody which is sweetly played in tune. So, thank you friends.